Welcome to Vienna, Austria. We're on a train headed to Vienna, Austria. When we arrived at the hotel in Vienna, Austria, we were told that Rory and I would need a COVID test in order to stay there. Mom and Dad were exempt because they're vaccinated. The COVID testing center was about a mile away, so we decided to walk there. We got to the area of the COVID testing center and we couldn't quite find the place. It was even more challenging because we didn't speak the language and we weren't sure what the place was called. After a lot of walking around, we finally found the stadium where it was located. We were not allowed to film inside. We're negative. So we did our test. I did not cry this time. Good. I want to thank my mom and my dad, and I want to thank my sister. Little did we know we would be right back here in 48 hours to take another COVID test. Good morning, it's the next day and we're headed out to see the city. We are walking through the park right now on the way to the palace. We have so much fun checking out the parks in different countries. Each park is so different and fun to explore. At home we would see the same parks over and over again and they got boring. This one was set up like a rope course and it was quite challenging. After a little break in the park, it was time to continue walking to the palace. There it is, the Schönbrunn Palace. This was the Habsburg summer residence. As we approached the palace, we noticed there were carriage rides. So we decided to take a carriage ride around the palace gardens. We're going on a carriage ride around the garden. Off we go. Palace Gardens is 160 acres. The white horse's name is Napoli, and the brown horse's name is Gustus. About to pass the zoo, and it's the oldest zoo in the world. It is 270 years old. You couldn't really see the zoo from our carriage ride, but there was plenty more to see. We passed behind the royal palace and it led us to this beautiful fountain. These ruins are also very intricate and interesting. That train looks pretty fun too. Before we knew it, we were back at the front of the palace. We stepped down from the carriage and we took some pictures with a Napoli and Augustus. The horses were so sweet and friendly. The carriage ride was a special experience and we were grateful to have it. After the carriage ride, we took a subway toward the old town center. We decided to stop at an Asian restaurant for lunch. They just had to check our COVID test so we could eat here. In Vienna, you have to be COVID tested or vaccinated to eat in restaurants. I got a bento box with Mongolian beef, rice, spring rolls, chicken, and salad. I got a bento box with sweet and sour chicken, salad, fried chicken, spring rolls, and rice. After lunch, we continued walking toward the old town center. This is the Habsburg Palace. This was the winter residence of the Habsburgs. Today is the official residence and workplace of the Austrian president. The old town of Vienna is actually a huge shopping district. We sold every designer label you could imagine. In the midst of the modern stores, there are subtle reminders of the past. This is St. Stephen's Cathedral. St. Stephen's Cathedral is a Roman Catholic church and an important landmark for Vienna. On the church, there are many spots that look charred or burned. That is because the church was heavily bombed in World War II. It was starting to get dark outside, but before we headed in for the night, we stopped for some dessert. This is an Austrian specialty, apple strudel. This is the house specialty chocolate cake. This is the Mozart bomb. And then instead of tea time, Mom and Dad are having coffee time. And we have real hot chocolate. This is Mike, our server. We took the subway back to our hotel. Good morning. It's a new day and we're headed to go take our second COVID test. Anyone not vaccinated, including children, must have a COVID test every 48 hours to use hotels and restaurants. We're back at the stadium to take another COVID test. Round 2 of COVID testing is complete. We passed and got an A+. Good morning. We're at the train station and today we're saying goodbye to Austria. Then out of nowhere, a train station official came up to our table. Someone just checked our COVID paperwork. Good thing we're good. Make sure to subscribe and like this video so you don't miss out in our next video. See you in Slovakia. And we're off.